Hunter with Free the States, and I am here with David Eastman, the author of House Bill number 178 in the state of Alaska. It's the Life at Conception Bill, the Abolition of Abortion in Alaska Act. David Eastman has filed a bill that we believe is righteous legislative action against child sacrifice in the state. We just wanted to endorse him on behalf of Free the States. We're very proud and honored to be able to support his campaign, support the work that he's doing in the legislative body here in Alaska, and just want to introduce and let David kind of talk about himself and a bit about his bill.
Oh, thank you, Russell. Well, the bill is longer than we like, but most of that is just the legal definitions which deal with bringing our state laws, our state statutes into conformity with our state constitution. And our state constitution is great on the subject of life and on the subject of the right to bear arms, amongst other things. And our state laws, most of them on this area, are good as well. You might have seen in the headlines last month, 6 people were charged here in Alaska with murder for killing a child in a mother's womb.
Yep.
And so we have those laws on the books. They're not consistent, because we have this exception saying if an abortionist is involved, then all bets are off, and the child has no right to life. What this does is it simply reminds the legislature and all the people of Alaska that our Constitution says that we as Alaska citizens have the right to life, and that will be enshrined and honored in our state laws.
So it cleans up the statutes. In your state laws, you're not allowed to murder, except in the event that you're choosing to have your preborn child murdered.
Yes. I mean, literally, it's a mother's consent, and if that were to switch, then it would be murder, and if it is not, then it's not. Suddenly you have the right to life, and suddenly you're a piece of property.
Right.
And what the bill does is says, you have the right to life all 9 months.
Yeah. So abolitionists around the country who follow these bills, and pull for these bills, oftentimes they say, okay, yes, but isn't this going to be sort of shot down by the Supreme Court? Isn't this going to be something that just sort of, it's just a statement bill? Does your bill have within it anything to do with standing up for judicial supremacy? Or are you expecting this to be something just you're making a statement about life beginning at conception and abortion's murder? Or do you have plans that you will actually abolish abortion in Alaska?
Yeah, so there's 2 bills. There's House Bill 178 and 179. The Alaska Life Conception Act is the 178. And then immediately, same time we introduced 178, we also introduced 179, which is the Responsible Judges Act. And that reminds the legislature and the judges as well that in our constitutional system here in Alaska, it's the legislature which is given the right to hold accountable and, if necessary, to impeach any judge that violates their oath of office, that violates the Constitution. And it reminds the judges that they can't veto that by challenging that in court. An impeachment is final. If the judge is violating the Constitution, then they should expect to be impeached at some point.
All right. So these are both bills that sort of go beyond what we are seeing from most Republican conservative legislators. Certainly these are bills that I would say go beyond your standard pro-life bill. This is a bill seeking to criminalize abortion in the state of Alaska, not seeking to wait or rely on courts to allow them to do it, but standing up for justice and actually doing what the legislator is supposed to do. So on behalf of Free the States and just abolitionists across the country who sometimes see these things and go, okay, well, I got to read it. It's kind of long. Is it a good bill or is it a bad bill? Does it meet the necessary requirements of a total righteous piece of legislation? And it absolutely does. So we want to endorse you. We want to endorse House Bill 178 and do everything we can to support it. Is there anything that you, specifically the people of Alaska, you would like to ask them to do to get behind this bill, to rally to the cause and support you?
Absolutely. All of us in Alaska have 2 legislators that represent us, one in the House, one in the Senate in Juneau. And we want to be talking with each of those legislators, no matter where in Alaska you live, even if you're in my district and I haven't heard from you, I want to know that this is a piece of legislation that you support. If you have ideas for making it better, we're always open to that. But it's a good bill. We've worked long and hard on it, and we are asking everyone to contact their legislator and let them know where they stand on this bill.
Yeah, do not sleep on this bill. You need to look. You need to find out who your rep is, and you need to contact them, and you need to say, I want you to co-sponsor this bill. I think David Eastman is running the right kind of bill, the bill that we need. You need to make your voice heard. You need to be persistent. If you can, you need to set up an appointment. It's also excellent if you would email David Eastman and let him know that you support it. Give him your information so he can keep you updated. As for our part, we're going to try to keep people updated as the bill progresses, as the opposition plans things. You need to be prepared and ready to go to the Capitol to rally support. You need to be prepared to write your local newspaper, to get on Facebook, to engage in the debates. Do everything you can to understand what this bill does and how you can help it, how you can support it. So don't sleep on this bill. This is a guy who's put his political career out there, and he's not just going there to feed himself and be comfortable. He's doing the hard thing, seeking justice for